Oh. Hello, everyone. Fancy seeing you here. Welcome to today's DLLS Cowboys podcast, where we got some hating going on. There's some Dak hating going on, but don't worry. We'll get that squared away for you. What Micah Parsons didn't say about the Cowboys defense should worry you a little bit. And Trayvon Diggs is firing back at Jerry Jones. Let's get it. Show starts. Meow. All right, big day for Captain Thunder.
PFF's newest employee, Captain
He was
Thunder.
holding on to that one.
Thought of it just now. Thought of it just now. If you're unfamiliar, Captain Thunder is a guy that likes to be in the chat, and he makes super chats. He pays money to get us to read.
Is it real money?
That Dak is
Canadian
greedy
money.
and he sucks.
Canadian.
But we have a lot of Cowboys stuff on May 23rd going on right now, including Trayvon Diggs firing back at Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons talking about the Cowboys defense, and the thing that he didn't say kind of scares me. But yeah, first things first, congratulations to a random guy named John at Pro Football Focus making a list, because now everybody's talking about Dak Prescott and how good is Dak Prescott. Hey, in the chat, how good do you think Dak Prescott is?
Oh, my God.
Good, bad, or other? Where is he rank in the NFL? We'll tell you what this guy said. My name is Jeff. Hi. Next to me is former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Because we won't have a show on Monday due to the holiday, I want to say salute to all the military and service men and women across the globe. Thank you for your service. Two specifically, my Uncle Burley, my Uncle Stanley, who are in the Navy and the Army. So, the Marines, and the Army. Thank you, Uncle Burley and Uncle Stanley, for your service. And anyone else who is in the chat or watching this, if you served in any branch of the military, thank you for your service.
Next to Jesse, I don't want to nitpick you, tell you it's Memorial Day. That's the one where it's for the people who aren't here anymore. Veterans Day is for the ones who are. But you can appreciate the military whenever you want.
All of them.
You can appreciate the military whenever you want.
Good point.
Next to Jesse is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Clarence Hill.
Most trusted insider.
Most trusted insider. Cowboys will not take a guy.
Will McClay come on this air and said, for the start off season, we were looking for a receiver.
Yep.
He came on this show.
Yep.
At the end of the off season, our biggest priority was finding the damn receiver.
Yep. For sure.
That's what Will McClay said.
Who'd they draft?
After the receiver was gone, they drafted a guard. That was not their plan. But yes, I was wrong. I messed it up. Listen, I'm with him.
Dro! He was number one in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Dro for being number one.
Shout out to Dro being number one in there.
Stop hating, Dro. Stop hating.
Dro's not hating.
I seen some of your comments.
He might hate on you.
I'm talking about me.
Yeah,
he thinks I'm a cop.
You're hateable.
He thinks I'm a cop.
I got to tell you.
Fun loving.
You're also lovable.
You've had a month, boy. You've had a month. You've had a month.
I'm not angry.
You've had a month.
I'm not angry.
Had about 60 years.
Wow.
Next to Clarence is a man quickly climbing the ladder towards the top to be number one.
Tell him something, Joe.
Joe Hoyt.
Blurp, blurp.
Blurp, blurp.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Popo, it's a cop thing. It's a joke. Yeah.
Today's show is dedicated to Ryan Coogler,
Oh, let's go.
Jewel, and Drew Carey.
Coogler!
Ryan Coogler, Jewel, and Drew Carey walk into a bar.
I have not seen Sinners yet. I want to see it. I want to do it at IMAX if it's still at IMAX. But have you seen Sinners yet?
I don't think it's
I
still
don't watch
on
scary
IMAX.
movies.
I don't know if it's scary.
It's in that genre.
It's not a horror movie though. It's more of a suspense thriller type.
When's the last time you sinned?
We all sin. I just had this conversation.
He didn't ask us. Stop what he asked.
I just had this conversation driving in here this morning. I was talking to somebody and said,
How much you sinned? Damn.
No, the church is full of sinners. There's only one perfect. We all sin. We sin every day.
That's not the question he asked you, though.
So when was the last time
Because
you
we're not going to put this about me.
No, we wanted, the question was pointed to
I
you.
literally made it about
Chat,
you.
when's the last time you sinned and what was it?
It's fornication of sin.
Outside of wedlock, sir.
Yeah.
You been sinning?
As much as you have. Although you didn't do anything your 8 days and you backed up with your sins.
It's not unusual to go on vacation and not chase tail.
He's got some IOUs on his sins.
Bring up
you got some IOUs because you
IOU sinner.
You all went to Portugal and didn't chase no
We don't
tail.
bring personal stuff to the show. We
talked about this yesterday.
We didn't talk about what he did and did not do.
Oh, I miss doing hours and hours of radio every day, at least that part of it, because I tell you everything. Like my radio life was literally just like a stream of consciousness about my life.
Right.
And I thought it was a great time. And I think it's weird, and I think I'm in the majority here. Chat, let me know. Hit the like button or else. Not a threat. When you go on vacation, if you're a single person, are you prioritizing chasing tail while you're on vacation? Like, I'm on vacation.
I'm just trying to,
Okay,
I'm trying to vibe.
What I'm pushing, I know we got to talk about that. It's not an issue of prioritizing. I mean, you're putting the emphasis. I'm just saying.
I was at a Knights Templar castle.
It's not a prioritizing thing.
There's
get over here, girl.
I didn't say that. See, now you put too much energy on prioritizing and being aggressive.
You're a little freaky frog, man.
Sometimes you can just
you're a little freaky
accidentally
frog,
trip and
man.
fall.
I'm in a
Nothing
cathedral.
wrong with that.
Fell, landed on it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You put yourself
I'm in a cathedral
position
that was built because of the apparition of the Virgin Mary appearing to 3 young girls, and you want me to be in there chasing the hoo-ha.
Don't tell me that, like, castle
What?
fun isn't on your list.
Exactly.
No, Castle
exactly.
Are you with
want
him?
some
You
castle
with
fun?
him?
No.
You with the freaky frog over here?
All right, freakiest place you ever did it. Go.
Like you not freaky.
Freaky frog
Like you
over
not
here?
freaky.
That's wild.
Mr. Toe Lover.
I do love me a good set of toes.
Mr. Toe Lover.
I do love me a good set of
Mr.
toes.
Toe Lover. Mr. Toe Fetish. Mr. Toe Fetish himself.
It's not a fetish. It's an appreciation.
Fetish.
You can put in the description for the video, Kat, if you like. Cowboy stuff starts 8 minutes in. Somebody will leave that comment and complain about the first 8. I'm comfortable.
It's
Had a great
Friday.
time.
It's Friday. It's Friday. We've given you damn good content for an hour, 4 days a week. If God forbid, if we break off for 6 or 7 minutes and have some actual reality conversation about things that happen in and outside of our lives,
Like feet.
And sinning.
Shout out to all the women who have a good set of toes and keep them things manicured. I appreciate you. I appreciate your efforts. But dang, we can have a little bit of fun every now and again.
And give you some Mando for the other stuff, other areas.
We'll get to the
That would
Mando.
be woman dough.
That's woman though. Yeah.
That would be woman dough.
I keep the Grundo. I keep the Grundo Mando ready.
Nesto has a good point in the super chat. It does depend on the vacation. If I was just like going to a beach by myself, then sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm checking out butts. But I was on a castle hunt. You know,
There's tail there, though.
Sir, it's 24 hours in a day.
You a freaky frog, man. You.
I'm not.
I think
but
it's
you can
impressive
put your,
that
you can
stayed
find,
so
you,
teed
you
up.
can find yourself at the bar, hanging out at the bar by yourself, and
I want to
put
go to the
yourself
bar
in
by
position
myself.
to accidentally meet somebody. I'm not saying
You're a
you're
freaky frog,
aggressive. I'm not saying you're hunting. I'm not saying you're prioritizing. You're just sitting at the bar, and some people walk in.
Kat, if you could put in the description about 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, if you're looking for the Dak and Cowboy content to begin.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to exit your life quickly?
Yeah.
Let your feet not be done. I won't even blink twice. Gone in 60 seconds.
Wow, because if she don't take care of feet, she don't take care of what?
Katya, go ahead and let them know that it's 10 or 11 minutes in when we start the Cowboy content. Because I also want to say, if you got a size 6 to size 8, yeah. Like if you got little tiny feet, I'm out.
I don't know though.
No, a little tiny because it's almost like your leg.
Judging a woman's feet?
Yes.
So if she has a size 6, you're out?
No, 6 through 8.
6 to 8.
So she got a 9 or a 10?
I can't when we do this and you go whoosh and
So,
swap because I went on one date with a girl who did that. She said, "Let me see your hand," and hers were bigger. And I was like, why did you want to do that?
Oh, her hands.
Her hands were bigger than my hands.
Okay. I see.
Because, feet and hands.
No, I pick up what you putting down.
Okay.
It ain't about the feet.
No.
It ain't about the feet.
Okay.
It ain't about the feet.
Real talk. Before we move on, my daughter's 5'1". She's a gymnast. Been barefoot all life. She wears a size 9.
See, so she's too small for me, and her feet are too big.
Good.
Good.
Pro Football Focus with a list ranking quarterbacks. The weird part is a lot of time when you get off topic.
Make it 11 minutes. I had dated this basketball. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry.
And a half.
Make it 12 minutes. You know what I did last night?
No. The strange part is normally if you end up riffing and going wild, it's because there's not a lot going on. And today there's actually too much going on that we can't fit it in the show, but it still happened because it happens. So Pro Football Focus came out with a list of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, listed them all going into this year. And Dak Prescott's number 17. I'm just going to leave it at that. Dak Prescott's number 17. You guys have a great day.
There's not 16 better quarterbacks in the football league.
Baker Mayfield was 13. Brock Purdy, C.J. Stroud, Jared Goff. There's a few others on that list.
My man in Vegas was ranked ahead of him.
Geno Smith.
So there's certain parts.
You said Baker and Kyler.
Baker. You have Kyler
Lawrence.
Also. Trevor Lawrence was ahead of him?
Oh, yeah.
Was he 16?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence right ahead of Dak. Yeah.
Wow.
See, there are certain things in articles, and whether it's a tweet or an article or a headline or whatever it is, that I've come to the point in age where time is valuable. Like I'm right at that center point where, like, if I'm gonna make it to what the life expectancy is for a male, 75, 80-ish, right? I'm in the middle, right? I've lived a really good life up to this point, but I got to be very calculated about the time that I have left. Hopefully that I do things right.
You're going to read this list is what you're saying.
And hopefully I do things right. I'm not sinning too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that the Lord is saying, I'm going to give you some, because we don't know when our time is coming. But I don't want to waste valuable time when I start looking at a list and Dak is 17th.
Yeah, you can move on with your day.
Like,
well, Jalen Hurts is like 6th on this list.
It's certain things when I go, he's 17th, and you don't have to be football savant or have to be played the game, or you don't have to be all that. Like, you could be a casual fan. You don't have to be the strongest of fans that have ever watched the game.
Yeah.
You can be a casual, and you look at the list and you go, Kyler?
Jalen Hurts?
Geno? And that's when you have to say to yourself, I probably should go fold that laundry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what?
I got 2 stacks of laundry
The dog
unfolded in my room right
needs
now.
a walk.
Needs
Like, there are
laundry.
some things that transpire after you look at this list and you see the names of the 16 other people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he's top 5, but ain't no way in hell
Then y'all
you're telling me that Kyler and Baker and Jalen and Geno are ahead of
Trevor Lawrence.
Are ahead of Dak.
Yeah.
And we all know on this panel up here,
Herbert.
I'm not the Dak homer,
No.
but damn.
17 is
there's
egregious.
no homer on this panel.
Like, that is nasty work. It is nasty work. And if there was a stoning, put him up there on whoever wrote the article got to get stoned.
And he's proud of it.
I think it's genius because I'm not familiar with his name, and I know some of the Football Focus guys. John Costco.
Yeah, he went and tweeted.
Costco?
But boy, if you wanted something shared, put Dak at 17.
Hold on, I'm putting my cop hat on. John Costco is an alibi.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
You think he's John Oding.
He's on Twitter proud of it because it gets him attention, and that's all it was for attention. He knew that the Dak part would be there.
Yeah, and it's a good one to pick. It's a good one to pick to put down there. So I'm just going to
DC Onion, don't do this.
What DC do?
Well, he wants some of this?
He said, Jesse, he is top 5.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
Like, this is the part where I go that other half of my life.
Mahomes, Lamar, Josh,
we're not gonna waste time
Burrow.
on that.
Okay.
Like,
He's top 10, top
We're not gonna
11 in my book.
At his best, he can be 5th.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's four dudes at the top to me.
His runner-up MVP year, he was definitely top 5.
And we can talk about that, but after another season-ending injury, I think it's okay to have some kind of variation about where you put him, and potentially outside the top 10.
You
but
can
I wouldn't go 17.
put him as low as 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And I'd probably fight you, but I wouldn't fight you hard. I'd be like, I don't care. That's your opinion. That's fine. 17 is ridiculous. Can I give you my favorite part about it? This is my favorite part about it. When you make a list, you can't just make a list. you have to have tiers.
Right.
Tiers have to have labels.
Right.
Check this out. My favorite part.
My favorite part.
Tier 1, elite. And it's the 4 guys.
Yeah.
Tier 2, high-end starters. Jalen Hurts is number 5 on the list. Jalen Hurts is incredibly overrated, but he's an efficient player on an incredible football team. Good for him.
Told us that.
Tier 3A, solid starters who have flashed high-end play. That is not Dak. Tier 4
He's not flash
or
high.
Tier 3B, solid starters, but they need more help. So Dak is a solid starter who needs more help, but Jared Goff, Geno Smith at 10. How about this one? Geno Smith is a solid starter who has flashed high in play, which is higher than what Dak was. When Dak was a second-team All-Pro, that's not flashing high-end play?
First of all, he's been better.
He was a runner-up MVP.
Better than Geno.
Yes, he's better than Geno, and I like Geno. Like, I don't like when people disrespect Geno. He's a good
And
quarterback.
I like Geno too.
What is flashed high-end play and being an All-Pro doesn't count, but whatever Geno and – okay.
John Costco's an alibi.
John Costco, I see you, buddy.
Alias.
That's why I do Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I see you part. Okay.
See what you did there.
That's why I go to Target. Target.
Oh no. Well, you can.
We boycotting it.
Oh, is there some Target stuff? All right, I'm going to go somewhere else today. Take that, Target. What Micah Parsons did not say about the Cowboys defense and why you should probably be worried about it. That's next.
And while you may be worried about the things that Micah said or did not say, here's where you shouldn't worry. If you're looking for new flooring, Empire Today has you covered. They have all the experts that you would need to get you the proper flooring that you deserve. Let's not look around anymore at these other name places where you don't know whether this guy is a floor expert or he'll be working in plumbing tomorrow, or is this guy doing lumber the next day. You need to go to the experts. EmpireToday.com is where the experts lie. And while you're there, if you use the promo code DLLS, you get $350 off new flooring. Vinyl, carpet, laminate, wood, anything that you can think of, they can get you ready and set to go. Have your place looking fantastic. So head over to EmpireToday.com, type in the promo code DLLS, and get $350 off flooring today.
Also, shout out to our friends at Sleeper. Once you put that nice floor down, you can put your feet down, you sit on your couch, you can open the Sleeper app, and you can get to work, get to making picks. You know what I'm talking about? Stars play tonight. Pop on there and say, you know what? I think that old Rantanen, more points than projected. I think Otter, more saves than projected. Bang, bang. You start putting these picks together, and the more that you combine, the more you can win. Up to 100 times your money. That's all it is. You're doing your daily fantasy. You're just, what?
Bobrovsky. Oh, Bobrovsky's
Is Bobrovsky still in it? That's the guy. That's the random goalie that I always picked, and I don't know who he is, but Bobrovsky is a really cool name.
Florida Panthers.
So yeah. But they got every sport you can think of on there. You just go in there, you make your picks. And as I said, the more that you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. And when you sign up with that Sleeper app, when you download it, you sign up, you use the code DLLS Boys. When you sign up, you get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in 25 states, over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. And check out our Sleeper leaderboard. Your boy's cooking. Your boy's cooking.
He's still 500.
Because he just makes
Let's
up 1
go,
and 1
Jay
every
Jeezy.
week.
Jay
He makes
Jeezy.
1 and 1. He don't even play the game.
Jay Jeezy.
I know.
Just put me down for 1-on-1. Just put me down for 1-on-1.
No, he
The
actually
average
plays.
return.
This bit is
The average return on a sleeper pick, the way I do it, I pick either 3 or 4 things, and my average return is like 3.5 times. So 10 and 10 ain't like I'm breaking even, brother.
You win it.
It's like I'm about to pay this pool off on sleeper.
Well,
bit is
I don't know if you're
hilarious.
betting that much.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you're betting that much.
Well,
But
it's not betting, but I am
I'm sorry,
playing daily fantasy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
you might bet a couple of chlorine or the
Sometimes
cleaning
you need
solution, the cleaning solution, because
Yeah.
you do take.
If the day before the water's a little murky, you have people coming over, you need to shock it. So if I can get some,
I just feel like
that's
you
our
have a
sleeper leaderboard.
group of friends outside of us that might not want to get out of the pool to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
I am that person.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh my god.
You've been in that pool.
It's my pool. I don't think he got in. Did you?
No, he did.
I was
did
in the
get
pool.
He
I
selfie.
was in the. You peed in the pool.
He pees in the pool. He don't not use. Yeah, he pees.
Here's where
That's
we.
why he has chemicals in the pool.
Here's where we decide: are we going to be
I'm not
honest
going to
in the
Evan
world, or are we going to lie to everyone?
Is this
And
the
I'm
Jeff
not going to lie.
Kevin? No.
No, that's a Cava. That's a Cava. Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
actually am mildly surprised when people get out of the pool and like, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm like,
This is
wild. Yeah.
Why y'all surprised?
That's why Jeff said F the pools.
Swimmers that swimming limit they pee in the pool all the time.
well, I mean, they swim in. They can't go. They can't.
I'm just
get
saying they
out.
pee in the pool. The swimming culture, they pee in the pool.
I'm not going to your effing pool. That's all I know.
Super chats. Armand's in here. Would you rather live in a world without electricity or a world without internet? How do I get on the internet without electricity?
Exactly.
Yeah, wait, what?
Can I get on the internet without electricity?
I live a large majority of this world without the internet. Like I lived a long time without internet.
We all have it.
He
Right,
lived,
but
he lived
how
a
are
long
you-
time without
Yeah,
the
yeah,
internet.
Huh?
Yeah, he lived a long time without the internet.
Long time.
I can't
And he's
live
making
without.
up for.
You lived a long time without electricity and internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I shoot the finger?
What was
Can I shoot the finger?
was
I
the-
want to shoot him the finger.
What was the Great Depression like?
I
Candlelight.
can shoot him the finger.
Candlelight.
You took him off camera for it.
I shot him the finger, people.
Freak Jesus, Kerry Matthews is in the super chat. Dak is number one.
Yep.
Jerry just hadn't set him up to be number one.
There
That's a
you
great
go.
point by you, Freak Jesus.
Yep.
Dave White's in there. Serious discussion. What happens to 25% of the sports media if 4 succeeds in the playoffs? A quarter of the shows are based on trashing the boys. Shady's worth at that point is what? Well, Shady's already worth.
If the Cowboys win the
as a
Super Bowl,
broadcaster.
You just change your narrative.
if Dak wins the Super Bowl, the sports media will do numbers.
You change the
They
narrative.
will do freaking numbers.
At that point, he got carried. Even if he threw for
They would-
404 touchdowns,
There you
like
go.
CD
It
carried
will be
him.
Cowboys.
I bet you can't do it again.
It will be Cowboys every day.
They're like, that's luck.
It will be the parade. They will do numbers.
Thanks,
Move
Dave.
mountains.
Vance
Thanks,
is in
Dave.
the super chat. Prescott's slogan this year.
They
Hashtag
forgot
they
about
forgot
Dak.
about Dak.
Where's
By
that
the way,
from?
Dave's-
Where's that
you know
from?
what?
That's
Dave's
from.
a-
That's from a rap song. They forgot about
Forgot
Dre.
about
Yeah,
Dre.
right. I know. I couldn't think of it.
Don't worry, I can help you with the culture if you need.
Yeah,
I got it.
Oh, you
I got it.
Okay, fair. But wait, can you go back to the super chats real quick? Just because I feel like we need an infusion of positivity. I think Dave, that's almost a 20 bomb. It's
Yeah.
right there on the edge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's worthy of an invitation to Club Pop Pop.
Oh, let's go.
Dave, get a club pop up. Dave White.
Dave Black would have made it a smooth 25 though, and then sure that he got in 20.
Man, leave Dave White alone, man. Why you gotta make this always about race?
Says the boy. You talking about a pot
wow,
calling the
wow,
kettle?
wow,
Oh.
wow. We doing that?
Black.
Mm. Hey, won't you tell your joke you told us about the birds before the show?
No, we can't tell
No.
that joke on the
F.A.
show.
No.
no.
You-
Tell your bird joke.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right. If a stork brings white babies and a blackbird brings black babies, what brings no babies?
What bird? What bird brings no babies?
A swallow. So Micah Parsons tweeted. I saw Micah Parsons tweet and it got my attention.
We love a good Micah tweet.
We love a good Micah.
We love Micah. We love a good Micah tweet, brother. Thank you. We appreciate your efforts and your contribution to our society. We love a good Micah tweet.
So he shared because Micah is very online.
Oh, yeah, she has the video too and everything.
Oh, okay. So we want to play. We want to play the video. All right, let's play the video. This is Dan Orlovsky on NFL on ESPN, and he's talking about the Cowboys' defense in the front seven.
The Dallas front seven weighs, okay? We go 260, 280, 245, 220, 240, 320.
Small.
There's one person over like 280. When I'm playing Philly,
I'm thinking of Jeff Stoutland's offensive line right now.
yeah, when I'm thinking Matt LaFleur running the football, I'm thinking what Chicago has done with their offense. So I know that we talk about Dallas and offense, George. I'm going to be very interested to see the annual question about this Cowboys defense. Are you big enough to handle the modern day offense in the NFL? Because it's back to being what it was in the early 2000s.
So that is about Cowboys' defensive line, stopping the run, those things we've talked about a lot. Can they do it? Are they going to be good enough at it? Why didn't they do anything to fix this? And Micah Parsons' words on that is, not going to lie, MF. Not thinking about that run when you have a healthy Dak, CD, and GP. My rookie year with Coop, we averaged 30 points a game with a fluid run game. We'll be all right. Okay, the new leader, defensive captain guy's response to somebody saying, we don't think you can stop the run.
That ain't no problem.
And your answer is,
That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
So
That ain't no
what?
problem. That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
and Micah, you play defense. Like, I don't want my best defensive player being like, our offense going to score 50, though.
And to go back to our previous segment, this is when Dak gets to blame.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you didn't score enough.
You didn't score enough.
You didn't score enough.
But you won't say, hey, man, for the last couple of years, you guys been giving up 200 yards rushing on the ground a game, and in the playoffs it gets even worse. Yeah. But then they'll go, but all season Dak was an MVP candidate.
I thought he was going to score 50.
And that is a flawed way of approaching your season from your defensive leader.
And it's Micah. Like, I would expect his reaction to be like, you have no idea what's
100%.
coming. Like, we're about to tear everybody up. Run at us if you want to. His answer was, Dak gonna score 40. Come on, you run it all.
Run it you want. We're gonna be up. We're gonna be up 30. You can run it if you want. We up 30, dog. We up 30. They're gonna be playing that thing around the park.
Well, I can't wait his next interaction after that when he sees like Mozzie and Osa in the locker room. And like, bro, you think we ain't gonna stop nobody?
Yeah.
And he should be like, nah, bro. Did you watch the same film?
Maybe that is leadership. He was like, no, I said it straight out. I know y'all can't stop the run.
Oh, it's like reverse psychology.
Recky Specky.
How you gonna sit in the locker room and hang out with Myles Garrett?
Oh, yeah, he's not in the locker room because he's a bad leader.
Hanging out with Myles Garrett.
Maybe he's trying.
Bad leader.
Working out with Myles Garrett.
Maybe he's trying to convince Myles Garrett to go back to the Cleveland Browns, stir up some more controversy, and then get them to trade him.
Or maybe they're still working on that Dak Prescott trade to Cleveland.
Stop the show! Oh! Bills in the super chat! Hit the club pop.
Boom, 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 boom.
50 bomb.
Yeah.
This show's
I
amazing.
will crawl over broken glass just to hear the silent drop of Jesse's voice and pop up and says ridiculous things.
You gonna not read the first half of that?
Yeah, why'd you skip
Why
half
you skip
of
the whole? Why you skip the first?
Okay, you're not reading super
That's
chats
what I'm
anymore.
saying. This is why you don't. This is why you don't jump in front of the captain. To read
I just saw the broken glass part. I love the first part.
Fun football analysis of the boys, sandwiched in between just absolute lunacy. That's right. That should be like our tagline.
Yeah, it's our tagline. This show is amazing. Yes, we need that. That's our tagline. That's our brand.
Tune in to DLLS Cowboys podcast for fun football analysis of the boys, sandwiched in between absolute lunacy.
That is awesome.
Put it
That's
on a
us.
t-shirt.
That's us.
That's a lot
Put
of
it on a
words.
shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt.
A lot of words.
That's us.
No, you get like
Hit the like button, please.
you get our like logo on the front, like the DLS podcast logo.
And then that quote in the back.
Back,
Yeah.
all that.
I think it'd be a good shirt.
We can do that.
Are we gonna read his actual whole quote from start to finish though?
I did.
I think we read it in parts.
We read it.
Yeah,
in
he read
parts.
the beginning, Clarence read the end,
Then
then
you
we
went back
went
and read the
back to
part.
the beginning.
With the boys and cat.
With the boys.
Read the whole thing. He paid 50. Give him his whole thing, Jeff. Read the whole thing.
What?
Yeah,
Read
read
it
the whole
again. We've
thing
now
again.
read it twice.
I've read it.
Read the whole thing.
Uninterrupted.
This show is amazing.
Can you? I need a better
Okay.
tone.
Okay, we
Come on.
can't.
I
You can't read the
got
whole
you.
thing.
I got you. I'll guess it what he sounds like.
Okay.
All right? Will, I'm going to make you country.
All right.
Be friend.
This show's amazing. Fun football analysis of the boys. Sandwich in between. Just absolute lunacy.
Mm-hmm.
I crawl over broken glass just to hear the silent drop of Jesse's voice when Pop says ridiculous things. Have a good weekend, gents.
You have a good weekend too.
And Kat, I see you, girl.
I see you, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will.
Can I argue?
With what?
With what?
I don't say ridiculous things.
Oh, God.
I don't say ridiculous things.
You are insane.
I keep it real. I keep it real, okay? Not ridiculous things.
You say ridiculous
It's
things.
like Ernest called me Grinch. Okay, why do I have to be Grinch? Because I'm honest about the football team. I've said they done nothing to improve the run defense. Well, everybody was blowing things, the offense and the signing of all these guys. I'm being real.
Kundinya is in the super chat. I've only been like a real football fan since like 2018. You put like in there twice. It was quick.
It's 2018.
When was the last time we had a competent run defense, and will we ever have one again? I don't even know. It was a long time ago. There's other Micah stuff we got to sneak in, and we can sneak it in with the Trayvon Diggs content of the day. Trayvon's firing back at Jerry Jones, and we have one more angle to talk about with Micah. Those things are next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
To the window, to the wall.
To the wow.
Spray Mando on my balls.
Whoa.
All these Mandos
All
sell.
these Mandos sell. Hey, head over to Mando.com, right? Use the promo code DLLS and get $5 off a starter pack. Now, the summertime is around the corner. If you live in Texas, you know that it gets hot.
It's sweat.
It gets
in the
hot.
grundle.
In the grundle of the man region, you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're spraying down there. But it's not just for the grundle.
No.
It's for the feet.
Oh, yeah.
It's for the feet because
We
there
love
might be
feet.
some lady out there that got a little fish fetish.
We love feet.
You might want to see my feet. I'm going to make sure when I take these Nikes off that my Mando is right on there. Underneath the arms, it's a full body deodorant spray. It gets you right, keeps you right the entire day. Up to 72 hours if you want to. But I think you should shower every day. But head on over to Mando.com. Get $5 off the starter pack by using the promo code DLLS.
Also, shout out to our friends at Game Time. It's the app you need. Anything that you want to go to, whether that be a sporting event, whether that be a concert, some sort of show, interpretive dance.
Lion King's coming to Broadway here. I'm going to see it.
That would be amazing. I'd like to get to Red Rocks in June to see Lindsey Sterling with the Colorado Orchestra. That would be strong. And I would just hop on the Game Time app and use the promo code DLLS. You get $20 off your first purchase with that promo code DLLS with our friends at the Game Time. So download that app. Stars marching toward the cup. You want to see the local hockey team put in mad work. Yeah, buddy. Download that Game Time app. You get $20 off for something funny about putting in mad work.
I like that. I like it. Put in mad work.
And I like to pronounce it as if work is spelled with an E instead of an O, even though I don't
Like
think it
W-E-R-K.
sounds any different. Yeah. Do work.
Work.
Do work. Yeah. You got to do work. Download the Game Time app. What time is it?
Game time.
Oh. All right. Trayvon Diggs. Okay, I'd like to say to Trayvon Diggs what you said to Micah Parsons. Thank you, Trayvon.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I appreciate how online some of the Cowboys are. Like, if it were my job to be the GM of the team, I think I'd grab him once in a while and be like, I want to put you with the sports psychologist and talk about how we filter our energy and what we give it to and what gives us the best chance to be at our best.
Shout out to Dr. T.
And the answer wouldn't be being on Twitter a lot, but I would like to thank you guys because we do a show every day. And so I saw a tweet from Trayvon Diggs that really confused me. And I came up with a name for this segment. From Trayvon Diggs, with what he's doing here, would you give that a Cavanaugh, or a Cava? Hell yeah, brother, keep going.
I'm going with a Cava. Hell yeah, brother, keep going.
Okay, because he tweeted, my ACL rehab journey was very successful. Keep in mind, his current injury is not an ACL injury. So he is talking about the last injury that he came back from at the end of last year and then got hurt and had to have another surgery that's not an ACL. So he's talking about 2 hurts ago.
Yeah. My last marriage worked out well, but now I'm in my new marriage.
Yeah. So 2 hurts ago, and he says, my ACL rehab journey was very successful. I ended up coming back to play 2 months sooner than I was supposed to. Follow my journey as I give you direct insight on how I did just that. Thankful for everyone who played a role with getting back out there. Episode 1 out now on YouTube. So if you remember, his ACL injury that he did come back from is the same one that Jerry Jones was referencing a couple of weeks ago, where he said, yeah, Trayvon probably learned a big lesson from not doing the work that he needs to do to come back from injury on this ACL.
Yeah.
Our very own Clarence Hill reported a scoop that the Cowboys were not pleased with the way that he rehabbed this ACL. And now Trayvon Diggs has created a YouTube documentary about how great he rehabbed his ACL. We're going straight to war with the owner, and I love it.
I love it. I love it. Shoot, yeah, boy. Keep giving it to me.
Or is that a Cavanaugh? No. You don't need to do that right now.
No, do it. Do it. Run the numbers up. I hope that your documentary does numbers. I mean, 9, 10 million views on your documentary so you can run the numbers up because you're going to need the money. Because after this season, not that you're going to need it. I should say.
He got good money.
He got good money. But this is going to be moving money. There's going to be moving money. You can call the movers. I have a moving company for you. Hyphen Moving Company. You should use them because after this season, especially with the way that you put this out and the things that are happening behind the scenes, your address is probably going to change. But keep it up, brother. Yeah. We love it. We here.
Sounds like he thinks it's a Cavanaugh. No. He just don't want to say it.
No. It's a Cavanaugh. Yeah.
You going to war with the man who's probably going to cut you.
Yeah. But it's good for us.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for me. It's good for us because we need the content. We want the content. We want to talk about it. And I want you to come out and tell Jerry these nuts.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah.
This is what he's saying. He's saying, These nuts. You're saying one thing, I'm saying another thing. These nuts, bro.
Yeah,
I like it.
I also think too, it's kind of like, hey, Jerry's going to talk his thing. Well, I'm going to get my side of the story out there too. So I say Cava, yeah, or hell yeah, brother, because I think he's trying to set his narrative and try to, he sees one side of the story being kind of set out there, and he's like, no, I think that I came out, well, and I think that this other injury is not associated with that. So I'm going to tell you that I did everything I was supposed to, even though it wasn't on the Cowboys' terms. But I don't know if that's how things actually went.
So are you voting?
I'm Cava
hell yeah, brother, keep going.
Cava, hell yeah, brother, keep going, because you know what? If people are going to talk about you and you think it's a different story, go ahead. Tell your story.
You know how that happens. You get online, you say something about somebody and their name, and then they get online and say, well, that was actually wrong.
I was going to do it. I debated it.
You know how that happens?
I debated it.
What do you think? Is it a Cavanaugh, no?
Hook 'em?
Or a Cava, hell yeah, brother.
I got a lot of thoughts here.
Oh, Lord. Say them all.
Technically, this is a direct dispute of your report.
I got a lot of thoughts here because I'm with you. I'm with Jesse. What all this means. I mean, I initially reported this probably going to be his last year.
Yeah.
Because of all this stuff, and he can do all this he wants. And you want a motivated player. You want a player that's going to prove him wrong. You want him to come out at his best. And if he comes out and plays to the Pro Bowl level,
yep.
One thing we've learned: don't let your money get mad.
No,
Jerry
if he plays at a Pro Bowl level, Deron Bland will be the one that.
Yeah, right. So we're not gonna let your money get mad, okay?
Yeah.
So one thing you learned, Jerry learned a lot. You don't let your money get mad. He let his money get mad with Amari Cooper, but you don't let your money get mad, okay? Let's do what's best for the football team. And if he comes back, you want a motivated player, and hopefully he's gonna be that guy. But history says he's not gonna be back to midseason.
Yeah.
History says he's not going to be back at his best. History says this injury is worse than ACL injury.
Yeah,
Let's be realistic about what we're dealing with here. And history says if you're not that player and you got this much money coming, the Cowboys are most likely going to move on.
Yeah.
So
that's why you got to put history in context with every decision, everything that comes on, because you have to follow the money. You have to follow the contract. All the guaranteed money is gone out of his contract. If it was gone this year, he may be gone now.
Yeah, they also drafted a corner pretty high just for the chance that they might lose him.
Yeah, so yes, it's good. You want him more. Yes, he's sticking to Jerry. Jerry said, "Good, stick it to me and play your damn ass off."
Wow.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no,
stick
yeah.
it to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
stick it to me. Be mad at me.
Oh,
They're gonna make some damn plays.
Yeah.
Be mad at me. I can take it.
Yeah.
You know how many players tried to come after me since '89?
He probably enjoys
We talked about Jay Ratliff, right?
tried to whoop him, right?
I mean, please come out to me. You don't even know Alonzo Spellman's story. They had to hire security when they cut Alonzo Spellman. They had to hire security when he called Alonzo Spellman into his office because they were scared of what Alonzo Spellman might do. Troy Aikman to this day said the scariest he ever been was when he had to come off the field for a game and he was in the locker with Alonzo Spellman by himself.
Oh, you got to get up out of there.
Okay, so I'm just telling you.
Get up out of there.
When you talk about off-season stories now and everything, you don't even know. It's some stories that's been, from the roping, doping, and shooting days of the Cowboys.
Well, write your
the
book.
White House days of the Cowboys.
Write your book.
Plenty off-season content. We just didn't have social media.
When you're getting close to the end,
write your book.
And
That's near.
And it's
Did you
not
say it's
here.
now?
It's not
I
here.
said near.
Oh,
I thought you said it's
Why
now.
we
I was
gotta
like,
be
damn.
near?
When you get closer,
Dick Vitale ain't near.
Whoa.
Well, Dick Vitale near?
I mean,
he's come back. He's still going.
Nah, he's
out there.
He's close.
Jerry ain't near.
History tells us, Clarence.
Yeah, but he's 80.
Jerry creeping.
I got 20 more years. Lee Corso just quitting, and he's 95.
Yeah, he should have been.
But they should have, would have, could have. They should have, would have, could have.
They should have stepped up off the head. They should have.
They respected him. They respected his journey.
Are you saying
they respected his journey?
Are you saying
Respect the old man.
2055, you're still here doing this?
Respect the old man.
Sorry. Where I was going with this is before you do go, before you depart
nowhere.
this plane.
I'm not going to. I got kids in college. Don't do this.
But this is my point. Because the running and gunning and roping and shooting Cowboys, if you do write that book before you go, I know you can't write it today because they got people and we won't see you again.
Nice.
But right before you go, release that bad boy. Your family's going to do great for a long time.
I say do it now.
Because I'm buying that book.
Listen.
Just a little bit that I do know
and
about that team. I want some more.
And I haven't brought this up. I'm going to speak what is in my head to you, Kat, and to Ben. I want to do podcast. I want to do
You're doing
a
one
segment
right now.
I want to do a segment on the 30-year drought that I've witnessed up close, and we can bring in and talk to guys who've been a part of that 30-year drought.
Yeah, it's a good little.
I think that would be a great show for right
For
after we're
DLS.
done, and then you guys pop
I'm
in
just
and do
saying,
that.
You know, we can do that. We can
Yeah,
do it.
you and Bob Hayes talk about it.
Bob Hayes dead.
Damn.
You keep dissing Bob Hayes, man.
I almost said something real more. But I'm like, he's about to be closer than you think. No, I'm playing.
So yeah, now the number of players that are just like Mike, I think, has played the game really well with Jerry,
extremely well.
where he's setting it up where it's hard to make him the bad guy in the media about the contract, which is the Cowboys' favorite thing to do when it's contract time, is to make the player the bad guy for wanting market value. And Mike has played the game really well by showing up initially and saying, I don't need X. I just want to get it done quick. You know, I'm just ready to rock. And so now as it drags out, I got on record. We were here. We were ready to dance.
Yeah.
You literally won't make the phone call to my agent.
Who your name you don't know. So you
Whose name you don't know. So with Micah, I guess it was owners meetings Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, there's been owners meetings. Yeah.
So Jerry Jones said, I saw it in an article on Yahoo, where I'm wondering, is it still, and I guess it is, like still just standard operating procedure of the Dallas Cowboys, and they're going to milk this for as long as they can because they refuse to get things done as early as they can to save themselves money to make sure that they can add more players and try to win the Super Bowl, because trying to win the Super Bowl is great, but trying to win the Super Bowl my way while staying in the headlines at all times and pretending that I'm going to find perfect deals and that I'm not sure if I want to sign the best players in football. You really got to prove it to me, buddy. Here's all the money. He said, I haven't talked with him in about 4 or 5 weeks. This is Jerry talking about Micah. I haven't talked to him in about 4 or 5 weeks, and of course that'll be necessary if he's going to get a new contract. But he's got a contract. That's the point. Be sure and clear about that. It's like this is the part of Jerry that ends up with Jeff Rant. This is the part of Jerry that ends up with Jeff Rant. All of this is dumb. This is so dumb. Because what he's doing is I have an ego. Jesse has an ego. Clarence has an ego. Joe has an ego. Everybody has some of an ego. And I mean, unless you've eaten big enough mushrooms for the ego death, you probably got a little bit of an ego. You guys cannot fathom the size of Jerry's. You can't fathom it. I haven't talked with him in about 4 or 5 weeks, and of course that'll be necessary if he's going to get a new contract. No, it won't. The entire world knows and told you. Talking to Micah Parsons about his contract will never get his contract done because he's not the one doing his effing contract. His agent is. And so while he played the game with you, because for Micah, it's fun. For these young players who go visit the star, it's fun. Taking a picture with Jerry Jones is fun. He's rich, he's super famous, and people like him, and he says fun stuff. He's real cheeky, and he makes you giggle, and he wants to know how mom's doing, right?
Tickle pink.
So the young people love to meet him. For Micah, it's a great time to come into work and kick it with Jerry for a while. He's having a great time. You've been played, Jerry. Like, I don't know, Micah ain't talking to me no more. I thought we had a deal, and now Micah won't talk to me. Micah's job is not the contract.
Right.
His agent says, call his effing agent. How do we not understand? And when he says things like this, that's just the biggest sign of ego ever, where he's like, well, I don't know how we would get a contract. I mean, he already has one, and we can't get a contract done because Micah hadn't talked to me in a few weeks because he told you who to call.
Yeah.
He told you who to call. And so I'm worried that we're going to get to camp and there's going to be no Micah. And then when we get to week 5 and Micah's Micah again, Jerry will be like, oh, there's no evidence that he wasn't the guy that he should have been, even though CeeDee Lamb told you, all of us, into a microphone. Yes, the fact that I wasn't there affected our chemistry and how we played going in. And Jerry's like, no, it didn't. As if Jerry knows CeeDee Lamb's experience on the effing football field. I love Jerry Jones. He cracks me up. He's fun. He's great for content. The way he does contracts and the size of his ego is poison to the franchise. That's all.
Okay, just some context.
Sorry.
Rue Iceman, Ice Rue. Somebody asked when the Cowboys had a good run defense. 2016 they had a pretty good run defense.
Cool.
And 2009 they had a pretty good run defense. Those are the only years that they've had a really good run defense.
You're holding on to that.
Well, I just wanted to answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Because that's why I was looking up. You know, and people think I'm looking up trying to answer people's questions. But just some contact with the Micah thing, because Micah came up to me on Twitter last week. You weren't here. We talked about this because I talked about the handshake deal. Micah's fed up. He's over it. Okay, because you're right. And Jerry has put substance to that fed up. because he hasn't talked to Micah in 4 weeks. Back in March, when I reported about the handshake deal and reported about the meeting of the minds, what Jerry doubled down on right before the draft, I'm good with the numbers. I'm good with numbers we have. They have not talked since Micah said, call my agent.
Yeah.
They have not talked. So they did all that stuff at the golf tournament before the draft.
Playing goes planned.
They did all of that. No, last week at the golf tournament, and Steven was hugging. They have not talked contract. They haven't talked anything. So Micah's frustrated.
Yeah.
So when he said no cap, yeah, Jerry thought we had a deal, and we thought we had a deal, but they no deal, and all that's off the table until you call my agent. And so they're frustrated with the whole situation.
Timothy in the chat says, does Jeff not understand that the agent works for Micah? Micah calls that shot. That's 100% true, and that's always Jerry's goal, is to get a young person to make a giant financial mistake by going around the person who has their best interests at heart and knows what the billionaire is doing. There is a reason people are willing to give 3 or 5% of their money to a person, and it's because that person is looking out for your best interests. The guy who's getting you to sign the paper that you're making the deal with is not the guy with your best interest at heart, other than what can you do for me on a football field. There is a reason there are professionals who take care of contracts.
And I don't know why Tim is siding with Jerry on it.
It is weird that people side with the billionaire over the millionaire.
I don't understand that at all. Why are you siding with Jerry? Call the agent. That's how the contracts get done. So I got the deal done with Dak. That's how I got the deal done with CD. Call the agent, involve the agent. That's the process. Number one, Micah asked you to do that. He said, yeah, we cool. I like this number. Call my agent so we can finish it up. They have yet to call the damn agent.
And that's where the frustration lies, because everyone's on the same page. The Cowboys, we know this, want to make him the highest non-paid quarterback in the NFL. They want to do that. But what's holding him off? Right now, conversations with the agent.
A really weird Jerry Jones massive ego power play of, for some reason, I said I don't know his name, and I told people I was going to do this with Micah because I'm that badass and powerful, and people come to me to get stuff done. You do not tell me who to call, except every player in the NFL not named Tyron Smith does. Like, yeah, you got a guy one time without an agent to sign a really bad contract for the player. You got a guy. Yeah. Congrats. That's Jerry's goal. It is weird to cheer for Jerry in that scenario to me. Although, well, as a person, it's weird. As just a Cowboy fan, you want every player to have a bad contract. I want all of you to be underpaid, your guarantees to run out so I can get rid of you whenever you want because I just want to win.
Because they don't care about the player. They just care about the jersey and the name on the front.
Correct.
Yeah. Whatever. So coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, I don't like getting mad at Jerry. I think I closed all the stuff. Oh, no. So, yeah, coming up next, I am capable of praising Jerry. I really am. Because, boy, he and I are agreeing on what we're going to talk about next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Sign up to be a diehard. Please. We need you.
Jeremy.
alldlls.com/diehard. That's funny, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
And don't be those people.
Which people?
The second one is fine. Don't be the first one.
Like, speak for yourself, my boy.
Like, don't let the rich and powerful dictate to you the way you view the world and how people who exist underneath them in their business are supposed to kowtow to them at all times. It's gross. Anyway, alldlls.com/diehard is how you sign up to be a diehard. Did you guys see? I saw the Wings show yesterday.
Yeah.
We debuted a Dallas
awesome.
Wings show, which starting off is going to be once a week, which is super cool. So like, you have access to all of your DFW sports right here on alldlls.com for the website, everything that you want to read for all of the shows that we do. And when you sign up to be a diehard, you get access to our Discord. There's over 1,000 DFW diehards in there, so you're just hanging out with a bunch of folks that like things that you like. And there are offshoot channels in the Discord that aren't just about sports. We hang out and talk about all sorts of stuff. It's a great time. You get an ad-free experience on the website. You get a free T-shirt when you sign up from our merch store, which is like a $35, $36 value. Pretty sweet. You get all those different things when you sign up to be a diehard. So sign up to be a diehard, okay? Great. Thanks. See you out there.
Before you get positive...
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't have that. Let me just keep telling you to sign up to be a diehard then, because it's a good time to do it.
No, and also we'll be working all summer long to get our tailgating thing. Like we're gonna be outside. Like we're gonna be in these streets this year.
We got some trips. Yeah, we got some trips planned.
We got some trips planned. We're gonna be in these streets. So please, if you're watching, come out to our events, whether it's at Cosm, whether it's at a sports bar, whatever it may be. Make sure you're there. Got your carrying card, because if those who have carrying cards get my attention. Off the gate. If you don't have one, I don't know what to tell you.
alldlls.com/diehard.
Yeah, before you get positive about Jerry, I asked.
Oh, you're gonna be negative? You want?
Well, no, I'm just gonna throw this into the ether. Like I had asked one other agent, just like, hey, all these contracts that go down to the very end with the Cowboys, like, is there a method to the madness? Is there something, blah blah? And that's what doing business with Jerry is like. So,
and Jerry and Steven are the only two who are going to tell you, like, there is, and now that we live in a world with the internet, there are so many former front office guys, GMs, and like it's universally agreed that the way the Cowboys do business is bad for winning at football. And Jerry and Steven, if you bring that up, will be like, y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's like, okay, but what about every other front office person in the history of the league who says that you guys are unique in how bad you are at this? And it's just like, they don't know either.
I don't know if it was Recky Specky or not, but I love the Recky Specky that Pop had the other day about keeping the money in the account, collecting the interest on it.
I do think that they are, cash spending wise, the Cowboys are a pretty cheap organization.
Yeah.
Relative to most teams.
Yeah.
Because we look at this and some other owners don't care about it and some may. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I like that Recky Specky of they wait to the last minute because they're going to wait to the very last second to let that money go with collecting the interest on it.
I mean, you saw the TV show, The Landman, where Jerry told the same story he's told 7,000 times to 7,000 different people because it's very endearing about how much he loves his
might win an
family.
Emmy for it.
Like, homie is in this for the Joneses.
Yeah.
And they do well. Congrats to them.
So I keep telling y'all, when they say we're family, your last name ain't Jones. You ain't in the family tree, my boy.
But shout out to Jerry for one thing. His reaction at those owners' meetings when the tush push did not get banned, and he was getting asked about it, and he said, am I really against the tush push or just don't want Philadelphia to have an edge? I don't know. I flip-flop. And I just appreciate that a guy at that position didn't lie about it. Like, so many people are lying about it. Like, we got to ban it because of safety. They're like, how many people have been hurt during a tush push?
Thank you.
0. But they could.
No. Your boy in Kansas City got hurt.
No, but that was like, I don't attribute that specifically to the tush push. Chris Jones got
hurt in tush push.
Hurt on in the Super Bowl.
Oh, because so a guy got hurt, which puts the ratio of a guy getting hurt on the tush push versus other places.
That's what I'm saying. It's
talking to the head of officiating and people that going down that road, the way you have to angle, they worry about potential injury. The angle.
Which is why I don't think that teams should be allowed to run plays because it encourages the linemen to try to get lower than each other and they hit each other hard. And then when you try to move somebody and you don't want to go that way, that could hurt.
Well, I think using injuries as the cause was something that got this tabled anyways. And then I think using the potential of injuries might have been the thing that had this demise anyways, frankly.
Well, they only missed about 2. It didn't get tabled. They only missed about 2.
Well, it got tabled at the previous owners meeting.
Well, the previous owners meeting because they were trying to
because Goodell was trying to get
they were trying to gather the votes. So they were trying to get the votes, and they almost got them. They just 2 away. They're going to get those 2 next year. There's no question about that. They just need 2 now.
I think
they'll probably get it next year, but they didn't get it this year.
Yeah,
right.
But it's coming.
But I think the pitch of potential injuries is a bunch of BS.
That's fine, but it's coming. The ban is coming.
It was a bunch of. All I'm saying is that I appreciate Jerry because Jerry said what I say and think, which is, should the tush push be banned because of that's not football? No, because of. Well, that's not safe. No, we're playing football. Like, everything about it is legal and clean and fair, except for the fact that you could enforce offsides and false starts, which a lot of times they don't. You got people's helmets that are over the ball. That's offsides on the offense. You're not allowed to be there. Like, you have a lot of guys who move early. That's a false start, and they don't call it. Like, those things happen, but you can just call your penalties. There's nothing about the tush push that isn't football or that should be banned. The answer is the team that's in my division and just won the Super Bowl runs it a lot, and they're really good at it, and I don't. So, yes, I want it banned because it's not good for me winning. But that's the honest truth. But everybody, their answer is we can't do it as well, and so we would like them to not be allowed to do it.
I salute it, yeah.
And you know what's also the honest truth? Because I can't let stuff go, right? If they wouldn't have got together and decided to put the zone defense in to stop Bob Hayes,
to
stop Bob Hayes,
what would that
they've
do?
done things to to stop teams and stop players since the beginning of the NFL.
Are you really shoehorning Bob Hayes into this?
Yeah, because Bob Hayes was unfair.
Because they created a rule, they created a defense to stop him. And according to you guys, when you do something great, we shouldn't put stuff in place to stop them from doing it, right?
The zone defense has been around for so
It was
long.
because of Bob Hayes.
No, because it was in basketball, and then they're like, oh, maybe we should do this concept in football.
No, it's not even the same. Don't do that.
Wait, but we're talking about rules. You're talking about a team being like, hey, we should probably have another guy run over there to the fast guy. That's not a rule.
My point is, find some way to stop it. Just what you're saying, find a way to stop it rather than institute a rule to not stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that works.
Well, and teams
That's
are
what
trying.
I'm saying.
It's just
so they
stop.
found a way to stop it or do something to combat it.
King Trill, you are absolutely right.
He is old. On you.
Well, older than.
Well, first of all, it's only because it's a bit, the Bob Hayes bit. I'm just gonna bring it back to.
We give him crap and pretend that Bob Hayes wasn't good and it's irrelevant because it
No,
was
we
a long
never
time
did.
ago.
No.
He was a Hall of Famer. He's a legend.
We give him crap that 22 is a
Yeah,
bad
he wore
wide
that
receiver
number.
number.
Oh
It's a-
yeah,
it's
and
a
he's like
bad
Bob
number.
Hayes, and we're like, well,
It's a bad number.
you know,
We're not gonna diss Bob Hayes on this show.
It's a bad number for a receiver to have.
not a very good player.
And now your boy from Texas, where's another bad wide receiver number?
Yeah.
Matthew
Golden.
Matthew Golden's wearing 22. That's a problem. Abdul Carter's wearing a terrible number. Super chats that we haven't gotten to.
Ken, we got Ken.
Yeah, Ken's where we start, yeah.
I agree with Clarence on the culture thing. He gets a lot of hate for that for some reason.
Exactly.
Dave's in the super chat.
Oh, Dave's
Club
again
Pop
in the
Pop.
super-
Jesse. Dave White depresses everyone with white dancing. Dave Black sneaks in
Crystals.
Crystal.
Cristal?
Crystal.
Oh,
Oh,
Crystal.
sneaks in. Okay.
Okay.
Guillotines in the chat. Like Chill said, while Jeff was in Europe, Jerry would rather keep that money in his account
there it is.
and
Oh, there
collect
it
a little more interest on it. And why don't people get mad at that? Like, if you're a fan,
Yeah.
I don't get it. People get more mad at the player, and if you get mad at the Joneses because Jerry's likable and says country sayings and stuff, and like he circumcises mosquitoes, like he is safe from so much of the fan base.
It's
where
wild to
like,
call a
what's wrong
player
with-"
gready and an owner not greedy.
Exactly.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Who
Especially
charged you
greedy.
$100 for parking and $11 for one slice of pizza?
Yes. And they're like, oh, the player's being greedy. I'm like,
Cowboy Ritas,
did
not
you
cheap.
see the menu?
And the most valuable franchise that is towards the lower end in actual cash spending on players.
And who went 7 and 10 and raised ticket prices?
That's crazy.
But-
But y'all call the people greedy the wrong people.
Chris is in the super chat. Would SJ get deal done if JJ wasn't involved? I hope so, but I mean, it's his son. I don't think it's going to change anything. You think you think Steven ain't walking around with the ego the size of?
As Jay got a phone too, he can call. He can pick him call.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of running things. They all could. I just think it's they're totally comfortable with it because they're like, we know the number. We knew the number a long time ago. I'll call him when this storyline is not in the media anymore, or we're about to start playing football.
I'll pay you when I'm damn ready.
Yeah, I'll do it on my time.
The only person he's talked to is Adam Pacifica. That was before the damn combine.
That's the cap guy.
Yeah.
Who used to train
Chili's.
chili service or something. Vance is in the super chat. Funny, and I think it's funny.
That's hilarious.
That Jerry thinks it was the tush push and not Philly/San Francisco, other teams getting cash to fund their amazing rosters. Yeah, the fact that other teams are more aggressively spending actual cash and putting off cap hits to have better players on the field is what's winning them Super Bowls. Your team elects not to do that because it is more fun to have that money in a savings account, checking account, money market fund, Comstock resources, whatever.
Call Monarch Money.
Oh, yeah, definitely call Monarch Money. Wait, I had one other thing and I forgot what it was. I had a thing.
What are your plans for Memorial Day weekend?
I forgot what it was.
Getting back in the game?
I'm getting back in the game tonight.
Getting back in the
You're
game.
gonna be aggressive. You're gonna
Selectively
You're
aggressive.
gonna be
Tomorrow,
selectively aggressive.
tomorrow I'm having a pool party. Tomorrow I'm having a pool party.
In the people?
Were you invited to the pool
In the
party?
people.
In the people.
For the people who took care of my dog while I was gone.
Okay.
Pool party for the people in the people.
Yes.
And the people. You gonna
All
have
of
you gonna have a honey over there?
Probably a bunch of them.
You going again?
Is one coming for Jeff? Specifically?
I'm 6'3".
Oh, they coming for you. You tall. I hate these. I
know,
this
I
tall
hate that
energy.
shit too.
I hate
Yeah.
this tall. Oh, we said I hate that tall energy.
Hate us because they ain't
I hate
us.
that tall energy.
Peanut butter and jealous.
We are chilling.
I pull at 5'8".
Oh, the fun fact.
You got less than 30 seconds.
Did you guys know that Philadelphia was not the best team on 3rd or 4th and 1 last year? They weren't the best team. They weren't the second best team. They weren't the third best team. despite the fact that they were the tush pushers. Washington, 12 of 12 in those scenarios. Buffalo, 17 of 18. Denver, 12 of 14. Philadelphia, 22 of 27. They were the fourth best in short yardage.
And Buffalo used the tush push.
Thanks for stopping by. Good talk.
Tuesday.
See you out there. Remember, we'll see you Tuesday. You have no idea what anybody's going through. So be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.